Hello and welcome back to Coating Gaming. We are here on Football Manager 20 as 1816 Munich for what I believe is episode 20. Correct me if I am wrong. And we are back for the Eintracht Braunschweig and Wolfsburg games. We're coming to the end of the January transfer window. We haven't done any transfers. There's one more that I've offered. So it's Julian Ryerson, a Norwegian fullback, who's for £450,000. It will happen at the end of the season. I was going to try and get him at the end of the season anyway. There's some bids have come in for him because he's been transfer listed. So I've just met their asking price here. I didn't want to faff around seeing, as they might not accept the bid. But he is a very nice looking wing back on defender there, but he can play support. He can play fullback on support at least, so he should be able to play wing back support. He has a full understanding of the language. He relishes big matches and is fairly consistent. Would be a great signing, I think. Currently operating on a good 2 Bundesliga level, the type of player that we're going to need to bring in if we get promoted. The estimated wage is so off then. I got him on a £10,000 a week deal, which is this one. This is the deal. I got him on 3-year deal with an optional extension by the club as 1 year. If we do get promoted out of the next league, out of the league we're in when we sign him, he gets a 30% wage rise, which is not the greatest thing in the world, but we sort of need to do it that way. And apart from that, that's pretty much it. A couple of players that we got in for the season. Some of them won't feature with us that much. We brought in Gino Fechner to plug the gap left by the outgoing Erdmann, who he's not getting a new contract this season, and it looks like he's going to run it down. But then Conrad Kusterman decided to rear his head, and he is looking fantastic. He's going to be our starting. He's wanted by Borussia Mönchengladbach, but he's going to be our starting ball midfielder now, even above Frieda. He's just that good all of a sudden. Our training system is fantastic. So Fetcher not going to get in the team. So I'm debating whether just to put him into our B team for this year than to sell him, which is a bit annoying. But at least we aren't going to go up to the £350,000 we could have paid for him. Alpha Sissoko came in and is as good as we expected. He comes in as our best fullback. So if we get that other guy in over the top of him, we can let Becker and Madoma go at the end of the season if we need to. And then we've got Theodore Bergman, who is pretty close to actually starting for us. He's 25 years old. He can play all the positions we play with, bar the ball-winning midfielder back there, I guess. So he can play all the positions and is pretty much close to Dressel. Now, I compared the two just to find out what their actual stats comparison is. Is he there? He is there. And so I used this bit, and Dressel wins just. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 things he wins. They're the same in 2, and then Bergman wins on 2 of them as well. And I think at the moment Dressel beats him. But yeah, he's a good player to have in the squad. Come off the bench if we need him to. And that leaves the squad looking like this. We have Joel in goal, Streller, Dorn and Martinez. Dorn has made a reappearance as the second best player at the club. It says he is not as good as Lang. If we have a look at that, again, it's a bit of a skewed thing, but Dorn wins physical, speed, attacking, which is not really that important for the defender, and technical, whereas Lang wins aerial, defending, and vision, and they both are the same. They're the same on mental, but I feel like the physical and speed difference mean Dorn wins this for me. He's not as good as defending, but I feel like he can make that up for being physical and very speedy. So he comes in to the back four, and he is naturally a left-footed player as well, which is good. And Sissoko making his debut on the other side of Martinez. We have Kusterman making his debut as well, I believe. Yep, making his debut for us as the defensive midfielder with Dressel and Efkan in front of him. He is now our best player in the squad, with Loretta, Brock on the wing and Otto up front. Things are looking good. We also have Bergman on the bench, and Mandanda still has yet to make an appearance for us. And he might be sold on, to be fair. How much did we buy? We got him on a free. So if we get any money from him, it's good. But yeah, there's been a bit of injury crisis. Rocker and Wolf are both out, but they will recover quite nicely. Rocker for 2 to 4 weeks, but Wolf should be back out for a day. Wolf will take the place of Batiste on the bench. Because I've transfer listed Batiste because I am wanting to sell him. He's no longer good enough, I believe. Although let's go and get let's go and compare him with Martinez, I think. If I can find the guy, here we go. So Martinez wins 2, the same on 5. So it's 2 to 1, yeah. So Martinez is a better player. So that solves that issue. So let's kick off this game with Braunschweig and try and get a win under our belt. Squad numbers will be given to players. Alpha Sissoko needs a squad number. 23. He wants 15. He's going to get 24. Bergman wants 7. He can have 25. The numbers will be adjusted in the summer when people leave and whatnot. I'm going to try not to remove players' numbers and just... if that number becomes free, I'll give it to them. So, let's try and kick off this with a win. I feel like to keep this run going and win this match. We have had an iffy run of friendlies. I haven't actually shown you the... No, pause. I haven't actually shown you the... Come on, get back there, we go. The running, right? We had a Winter Cup here. It didn't go so well, and then went better. And the 2-2 draw with Bohemians Praha, which is a bit annoying. So, when were you last with us? It was. Was it the Union? No, I think it was the Bayern loss. Maybe. Either way, I don't remember what it was. But either way. Oh, no, it was Magdeburg. It was these two. Yeah, so we haven't played any games since then, but the friendlies went a little bit poor. This is all going tits up. Right, we're kicking off in our white home kit from right to left. Even I got the wrong direction as well. Then it's not going well. Let's see if we can actually put the friendlies behind us and kick off the second half of the season with a win. Efkan has a bruised ankle here as we have a free kick. I am going to take him off at half time if he can make it there. But Brock manages to keep the ball into Dawn and Martinez, and we're working it a little bit back, a bit more backwards than I was anticipating. Efkan picks it up and goes back to Dawn, and we are playing it around with our centre-backs in their half. Efkan now over to its left-hand side. Loretta into Strella. Can we find a cross here? He attempts to. He does it again. He's playing a 1-2 he finally gets past the defender. Efkan with the header, and it goes over the bar. Is Efkan? I don't think Efkan's recovering from this bruised shin that he's got. We need to defend this corner well, and we have. Brock is on the attack here. There's a potential for a deadly counter attack. We've got people in the box. If he can find them, Efkan's there, and the defender just gets to the ball before he can. But we recycled the possession quite well. Now we look to attack from their corner. Remember, this is all from their corner. Can we get the ball into the box again? Efkan picks it up, back to Dressel, back to Efkan. There is a overlap on. Strella manages to beat a man just. He's into the box now, and he's been hacked down. And we do have a penalty. David Otto will take it. And can he put us 1-0 ahead here on the 22nd minute of time? He goes for it, and the power takes it past Lom, the keeper. I think it's Lom. It looks like Lom to me. Takes it past Lom. And we do take the lead. He just fired it down the middle. Keeper gets a hand to it, but can't keep it out. And we now lead 1-0. We have the go-ahead goal. Sissoko now crosses the ball to Efkan, plays it quite nicely to Loretta. What can we do here? Efkan picks it up again. He has a shot. Strela picks it back up. And we are just putting constant pressure on them. And they've been brought down. And I am actually going to take Efkan off here. It gives Bergman a chance to make his debut. He comes in on the Mazzala because he can play anywhere in that two midfield roles, as Loretta has it on this left side now. Can he find a cross? He goes back to Strela, who beats his man and crosses. Efkan is there. A defender completely takes it from his keeper's save, and then Efkan pounces on the rebound and makes it 2-0. As I'm just about to take him off, he scores a goal. But I think for fitness-wise, I think it makes sense to get Bergman on the pitch. I mean, it's just hit the defender. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. As that hit... it's hit one of our own players. It's hit one of our own players. Well, he's not going to be our own player at the end of the season, but he's hit one of our own players, and then Efkan has managed to put it in the net, the back of the net, and that is good. It did sub him off, even though he did get he was on a 7.4. He was somewhat recovering, but I'd rather not risk it, as they have a free kick to end this half. Can they score? They can't. That would have changed my team talk completely. We also tried to get Joel on another year deal, but it said we had to have £72,000 in the transfer budget because we have to pay £4,000 a week to keep him here as the loan fee. So that is an area of the squad which we might be looking to improve. We will be looking to improve if we get promoted. If we don't, it doesn't really matter that much, but at this moment in time, I'm liking that we've got a keeper that's not ours and he's relatively cheap. If you think about it, he plays once. He plays once a week for us. Normally, well, sometimes 2 times, but always once. So his weekly wages is, I think, 2,000, 1,900, and then we've got 4,000 on top of it. So he is one of the more expensive ones. That's a month. That's 4,000 a month. As Bergman gets his second goal of the season. Where did he come from? Oh, Kaiserslautern. So, yeah, he's got his second goal of the season. First for us, as I completely missed what was happening there. And I'll continue my line of thought after I watch him pick the ball up there. He just opens up for him and he just smashes it into the net. Fair enough. Yeah. So, Joel, we're paying £4,000 a month to keep him here. So that's £1,000 on top of his £1,900 a week that he gets anyway. So for £3,000, we've got a keeper that we didn't buy. And I think that's good money. We've had him for 2 years now. Well, it will be 2 years at the end of the season. So I think that's value for money. We won't obviously be able to sell him if we wanted to, but we still have spent less money than we would have used to buy him. He has got a £3 million release clause in his contract, but I don't know if I'm willing to trigger that. It all depends on what his value goes up to if we get promoted. Estrella has a free kick here. Can we top it off with a goal from our fullback? No, we can't. And they have a counter now. Sissoko is trying to run back. Bergman picks it up in midfield. Back to Joel. Calm as you like. And we're just strolling to this 3-0 victory here. As long as we don't concede a stupid goal. As I am going to make some changes after this highlight. So they have it on the wing now. Can they find a cross? They can. But Joel picks it up into his hands. And it's going well. Custerman is... Right. What we're going to do is we're going to bring Etienne on that side and then Frida in for the two people who are lacking in fitness. Which is good. They both made their debut today, had a good performance all round. Hopefully we can see out this without conceding. Strela now defends quite nicely and the ball goes forward towards Otto. I'm going to frequently time waste. Defensive and drop the tempo. We don't want to be exerting too much energy here. Bergman is now wasting time on the far side. We've got 2 minutes to go, this 90. Can we score? Otto has a shot. It comes back off the defender and he has another shot and it goes just wide. As we have still a minute and a half to go, so there's still a chance for a fourth goal or even a first goal for them. But hopefully we just play the ball round nicely and it ends 3-0. Struller now picks it up on this far side. Forward to Loretta. Goes inside to Bergman. Joel Matip's brother manages to get it off him and they are now on the attack. They put the ball over the top. And can they find a cross? It's a deflected one. Somehow, what's gone on here? There's a free kick. Someone's offside. I don't understand what happened. There was a scramble in the box, but Joel now has a free kick, and hopefully that should be that. We go forward. Brock does win the header. Bergman into Dressel, and we're just passing it around nicely, keeping possession. And with 10 seconds to go, that should be that. We're not going to let them have the ball. Not exerting too much effort, and Matip fouls Bergman. And quite frankly, it's been a very good debut. Well, as it stands, we go 11 points clear. I believe it's because we're the first team playing. So by the time we get to next game, we might not be 11 points clear. That was a very good win. That was nice. Yeah, we're the only one that's played a game so far. So I will join you in the next game, which will be the Wurzburg game. We are back for the away game of Wurzburg. No changes to make here. Although I am tempted with the F-Can Bergman. Do you know what? He scored on his debut. Let's get Bergman on the go. Right, so we have a back five of Joel in goal, Streller, Dorn, Martinez and Sissoko with Kusterman, Dressel and Bergman in midfield with Loretta, Brock and Otto leading the line. Loretta's natural fitness is painful. But either way, let's kick off the game and hopefully get 2 wins out of 2 here. So they are playing a 4-4-2 with 2 defensive midfielders. Daniel Veen, who I remember. Did he play a lot? Yes. He played... not so much for us. But he's back against us. He was expecting a nice return. Oh, let's avenge what happened. I don't know what happened. We clearly lost, but let's avenge the result. And hopefully we should be able to win here. We might have to go and deploy the cam in this because they might sit back and let us pass the ball around like we want to anyway, but we sort of need to draw them out slightly. So hopefully we can do that as we are dominating possession as it goes currently. There's not a lot to show for it. Dorn has got himself a yellow card. We are in our away kit of the dark grey and blue, which I like that kit. We will take Dorn off challenges. I don't want to get him sent off, as we are playing it quite nicely through our midfield with Bergman into Dressel. Brock is now making the overlap, and we have found him. Can we find a person in the middle? We goes for Bergman again. Oh, who hit the tee of the crossbar and post, and the ball manages to stay out of the back of the net. That was almost a perfect second game for him, almost a perfect start. But yeah, we are dominating, but just not causing chances here. I'm going to go a bit more positive until half time, see what happens. As Emery Asian, oh, I remember these guys. Yeah, I remember these guys, and Daniel Veen has just scored against us. I remember these guys, these were deadly from set pieces. Someone's jumped and just flapped at it there. Brock is there. I don't know who it was. Does it show on the thing? Could have been Bergman. It probably wasn't, though. Where's your passion? Do you know who it probably was? Probably Loretta. Grealiga's on. I'm not having a 6.3. Right. Potentially going to do the old 3 changes that I used to do quite a lot. Well, at least the end of the first half of this season. Get Maziz on. Is Maziz on the bench? He's not on the bloody bench. That's annoying. Can Bergman play there? Not really. Can Efkan play there? Efkan can play there. Okay. Brock is looking like he wants to come off. Custerman's the only one that's actually playing quite well. As we've finally got to highlight this on far side with Strela with the throw, and he beats his man. Otto now picks it up into Dressel. Dressel has a shot. It's not the greatest thing in the world. Custerman is on a yellow, so we don't want to. We don't want to risk him too much, but he's having a fantastic game. Right, I'm taking Dressel off. I'm going to do this. Efkan is on. Bergman's going to go drop onto the Mazzala and yeah, all boxed. You can't do box to box. Mazzala on support then, as Efkan's going to come on with an attacking playmaker on attack. And I'm going to attempt to push the issue here and go a bit more attacking. And I'm also going to tell him to show some passion. We need to do something here. And it is not looking like we are making any sort of headway. Brock's coming off. Steiner's going out on that wing. And we need to do something here. We're going to go attacking. Final 10 minutes. We need a shot somewhere. Efkan has picked up a tight thigh. For God's sake, man. Play through it. Sissoko now over the top to Efkan, who's through the defence. He goes into Otto, and that should have been 1-1. Cross into Otto. That should have been 1-1. Unfortunately, we couldn't make it as they have a throw on the far side. Can we win the ball back and pounce on them? They go long, but Dawn makes the header and they pick the ball back up. Our midfield, ironically, wasn't there as I've removed one of them. But can we win the ball back? 4 minutes to go, or 3 minutes to go until the 90 is up. As Otto has won the ball back and he's now running at the keeper. He's one-on-one with the keeper. He goes round the bloody keeper and he equalises. Oh, that's great. Can we go and we get a winner now? David Otto, take a bow, son. Take a bow. He did that all by himself. He challenged for the ball. He won it back. And his pace took him past the defenders that were trying to get back. And he just goes round the keeper. He goes round the keeper and just passes it into the net. Has he trained, likes to go round? No, he comes deep to get the ball now, though. As we have 5 minutes of added time here, can we get one last chance? I don't believe we are going to. We've got 20 seconds with a throw-in in their half. Sissoko on the ball now. We go back towards Martinez, who goes all the way back to Joel. We're not winning this game. This is 100% the end of the game, final whistle highlight. There it is. It's all over. We managed to avoid defeat to Wurzburg, but depending on results from elsewhere, that might not be good enough. I'm going to say it was a good comeback, but people are going to get fined. And unfortunately, we are now down to 6 points the gap. It wasn't good enough with the other results. And Augsburg 2 are coming up the table as well. It used to be Bayern 2 there, so Bayern's dropped. But annoyingly, only 6 points the gap. So there you go. That's it for this episode. So we will come back in the Erdogan and Augsburg 2 game. That actually might be quite good here. So that's 9th and then 3rd as it stands currently. So that should be a good game. And then we'll obviously do the 5 and then the final 2 games of the season unless something comes up like us winning the league. But I'm not going to jinx it this time because I fully understand that I completely bottled it at the end of last season. So, you'll join me in the Erdogan and Augsburg games. If you have enjoyed this episode, make sure to click that like button, comment and subscribe if you do end up subscribing. Make sure you click the notification bell to stay up to date with everything on the channel. But until next time, goodbye.